Helen, thank you for joining us on Journalist Hangout on Sunday. I am Olajumoke Olatunji. Today on the program, concerns grow as fuel scarcity worsens in Abuja and Lagos. United States reports says despite irregularities, 2023 elections reflects the will of Nigerians. A doctoral researcher and public affairs analyst from the United Kingdom, Joe Kemi, will join us for that discussion. And later on the show, former Super Eagles player Maika Mutiu Adepoju says indigenous coaches are not inferior to their foreign counterparts. Believes that a good coach is a product of good training. Today, I will be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Adewale Adeoye. Gentlemen, good afternoon to you. Welcome to Journalist Hangout on Sunday.
Good afternoon, viewers.
Right. Journalist Hangout starts now. Thank you for staying with us. Now let's begin with the issue of bullying, which is becoming a recurring decima in Nigerian schools. Another student of Lead British International School, Abuja, has reported an incident of bullying. Though the identity of the students is yet to be made public, it was reported that the student has engaged the services of a lawyer. Recall that the media space was thrown into a frenzy when a video of a female student of the school who was being bullied by her co-students surfaced. The outrage over that video or the videos led to a temporary closure of the school for 3 days. While the management promised to investigate the matter, parents and human rights activists also visited the school to demand justice. In her letter to the school, the bullied student threatened to take legal action if the management fails to take actions against 11 bullies she identified. Gentlemen, it appears most students are now speaking to their parents on this very despicable issue. This is not new, but how terrible? Mikhail.
Yeah, it's not new, especially in these highbrow schools. A lot of bullying takes place. It's a big problem. It's not limited to Nigeria. Even UNESCO admitted that it is a problem that has to be addressed. I've seen videos of bullying at school, shot in South Africa, for example, and you feel like even intervening on your own. You will be so irritated and angered by it that you would want to do something, you know. And the other video showed a boy kneeling down and being slapped repeatedly by another boy who was being begged by other students, male students who had gathered. Bullying can drive a student to suicide, especially if you know that you have to go to that school every day to be confronted by that person. And once a bully gets away with his crime, if you do not stand up to him, if it's not resisted, he will continue to do it because he will enjoy doing it. You know, we like dominating people.
That's true.
When we see someone that we can dominate, we are always excited. We want to continue. So I am happy that the Minister of Women Affairs, Mrs. Kennedy Uju Ohane, went to that school, confronted the school management and the Parents-Teacher Association about what steps the school should have taken to avoid this. And I agree with her that it's not enough to simply expel the students. Yes. How many students are you going to expel? The school has to be punished so that they will learn from this and put in place anti-bullying measures. Put some measures in place that will make it impossible, make it very difficult, let me not say impossible, very difficult for such a thing to happen again. Because, look, what if they killed their victim in the process? Because blows to the head can cause mortal damage. But these ones don't realize. So I support the minister wholeheartedly, and I'm happy with the decision that she took. to shut down that school so that they can review what has happened, let us know what they are going to do by way of support to the victim and their families, and cleaning up their acts and ensuring that the school is not a fertile ground for bullies.
All right. Adeoye, from the kind of videos we've seen, it looks like this looks very normal in that school.
Well, just like Babajide has said, bullying is as old as the history of our society and the history of formal education. And this social media has brought it to the front burner of national discourse. But what happened 20, 15 years ago when there was no access to social media? So bullying has been going on for years. And it's unfortunate that we have to wait for social media to remind us of our responsibilities. Because if there have been preventive measures, the authorities, school administrators, and the government will have been aware, even without going to social media. Because the people that are victims are human beings and they have parents. And I'm sure many of them have been sharing their experiences with their parents who probably felt they were helpless. Bullying is a very terrible thing because the psychological makeup of children is very tender. If you insult a child, call a child names, the child can begin to withdraw. And that can affect his career in terms of self-confidence, in terms of, in terms of even his academic performance, And most people who bully, it's not usually, it's not class neutral. You have people who are from rich homes, you also have people who are from poor homes. Most of the time, it could be as a result of family background. Children of parents who are drunks, children of parents who don't have time to give true care. The father and mother, they go to work before 6 a.m. and come back 7 p.m. So the children are left to be trained by what they watch on TV. Violence, this, that, and what they see on their phone. So it could also be a result of, deficiency on the part of the child. If the child is overweight and he thinks he can just bully everybody, that is, And the sources of bullying could be religion. If the majority of people in that particular school don't belong to in a particular religion, maybe there are students who belong to other religions. It could be race. It could be due to your height. If you are too short, people can start bullying you. If you are too tall, if you are too fat, So, and it's a form of mental violence, physical and mental violence, because you are depressing. The child will develop lack of attitude to learning. Anytime the child is going to school, there's a kind of anxiety, that is, building up, on the mind of the child. And that is why most countries take this very seriously, Take for instance, the United States. In 1999, Georgia was the first state to start anti-bullying laws. And they call it No Child Left Behind Act. And I think New Jersey is the last one to implement, all the 50 states in the U.S. And what they do in New Jersey, for instance, is that they have a kind of report. Every school must report incidents of bullying every month. And then they grade the schools based on act of bullying. So it's taken very seriously. And sometimes in the U.S., they can transfer the child separate that child from that school, take that child to another, so that the victim at least will be denied, the torture of seeing the bullying all the time. I went to Yale University years back to see a friend who was a lecturer. So he had a stepson, was just about 12 years old, and he was brought in from Nigeria. And when he got to that school, secondary school, he used the word "go and die" to a fellow. They set up a committee, and the child was suspended for 2 weeks. But in Nigeria, these are normal things.
Are you advocating for an anti-bullying law in Nigeria?
I think Lagos has something similar. One thing is to have, because we are always talking of law, but what about enforcement?
That's true.
In Lagos, for instance, it is wrong for you to use cane. But go around all our public schools, you will see that teachers are still using cane. So we need to do a kind of auditing of our public and private schools. And the Ministry of Education should live up to its responsibilities. They should take this thing and need to work with the police and also the civil society, so that every school, people can get to know what is going on there. Because children have died, in so many instances. So to prevent this from happening, we need to take it serious at the state and national level.